Hey guys, Vedant here from VedantNetwork, and today I will be reviewing Prince of Persia, Sands of Time. So before we start this review, I want to apologize for not telling you guys about my schedule for the YouTube channel VedantNetwork. So let's begin with that. The scheduling for this is based on a weekly basis. Every Friday I'll be reviewing either a game, a movie, or a TV show. For example, right now I am reviewing Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time. Then next week I'll be reviewing The Fault in Our Stars. And then the next week I'll be reviewing Drake and Josh. And then the next week after that, it will go on like that. So first, remember this: game, movie, and then TV show. So the story is that the king of Persia takes his son to India so that he can help them with an invasion over the Maharaja's palace in India. In the process, the prince accidentally finds himself in the Maharaja's palace and finds the dagger of time. Gives the dagger of time like this: "Hey father, I got you the dagger of time." And then the king is pleased and holds a celebration somewhere. The Maharaja's one of the Maharaja's senior guidance guy named the Vizier, who is a villain in this game, tells the prince to unlock the sand hourglass, which is basically like a huge hourglass with all the sands of time in them, and the prince unlocks it like a keyhole, even though the Maharaja's daughter, Farah, warns him not to. And in the process, the sands of time work like radiation and turn everyone into freaky sand monsters, including the king of Persia. The vizier warns the prince to give him back the dagger so he can turn everything right, but the prince resists and escapes the vizier's clutches. In the process, he tries to chase Farah, but she keeps avoiding him as she thinks he is a menace. Later on in the game, the prince will find himself constantly being tagged along by sand monsters, which the prince can attack with his legendary sword and the dagger of time. And then the prince can, if he makes a mistake in the game, he can rewind time or slow down time or freeze all enemies or even one enemy and attack them. So then later in the story, he encounters Farah, and Farah and them become teammates. Yay! And then as the game progresses, the prince does get stronger swords. So this one is bye-bye one. And then this one goes bye-bye. One comes and says hello to Papa. So then the prince and Farah encounter the vizier, but they escape him, and they find themselves alone in a ruined tomb. I think they're having sex or something. So then the prince finds himself into a coma, and then when he wakes up, all his weapons are gone, so it's completely pointless. But there's one sword left, a sword he finds by completing a puzzle with. So then, without the dagger of time, the game becomes incredibly hard as you avoid to make any mistake that can cost you your life. And since right now you can't save the game, it's very crucial that you plan your moves carefully. Otherwise, you will have to restart from the point in which the prince wakes up. And then after the prince finds Farah, she gets killed, but she leaves behind the dagger of time with blood on it. And then the prince, using his new almighty sword and the dagger of time, kills all the sand monsters that are responsible for killing Farah. After he killed all of them, the prince goes back to Farah's body and tries to revive her by using all the sands. And then the vizier comes along, and the prince goes to runs to the hourglass in the center of the room and rewinds the history of time, making it as if none of the events of the game actually happened. Then who remembers the past, runs to Farah's not to trust the Vizier as he betrayed them earlier in the game. And he tries to tell her the entire story even though she does not believe it. And then suddenly the Vizier comes in and starts to attack the prince, but the prince manages to kill the Vizier, and Farah asks him, "Is everything you told me true?" And then the prince, trying to protect her, says, "No, it's just a story." And then he climbs a tree and then goes down with the dagger of time still in Farah's hands. The combat system is fun yet simplistic. You basically have the option to just slash and dash your enemy or vault over him and then attack him with the sword, or just straight stab him with the dagger of time. So now I'm gonna ask my friends from school, Kirsten and Kaitlyn, about their opinion about the game. So VedantNetwork viewers, here are my friends Kirsten and Kaitlyn who want to give us their opinion of the Prince of Persia trilogy. Go on.
Oh, hello, live television. How are you today?
I'm good. Just tell me, what do you think of the Prince of Persia trilogy game?
It's great.
So, would you recommend it to my fans?
Yes. I love it. All the people who need to join.
So, what score do you think I will give the game? A perfect 10. It's very fun to play and can be played over and over again, and you will still have as much fun as you did when you first played the game.